Are you weatherproof? Weatherproof, Sunday nights at 9.
A night of tornadoes in Arkansas. Why this could have been worse. And who's in the danger zone over the next 24 hours.
And winter's revenge. Piles of melting snow and approaching rain puts the Northeast under a flood threat.
And it's not the weather that's the biggest threat to air travel. Lately, it's birds. The full story next on Weather Center. And welcome to Weather Center, everybody. Jim Cantore and Chris Warren here. 5 confirmed tornadoes from last night. 1 deadly across Arkansas, Chris.
That's right, and our severe weather track is taking us now farther to the south on this day, where we are seeing some very wet conditions. Under the gun there in Central Florida, definitely need that umbrella out there. This video is from Orlando. Definitely a nasty day for you. Not a lot of folks working on the jungle gym or on the work site for that matter. Some puddles ponding up there. Definitely a wet and soggy day. Also the severe threat there throughout parts of Central Florida. So let's go ahead right now and get the latest with our active radar and Jim.
All right, guys. Yeah, busy time, but we actually had a funnel cloud in Polk County a little earlier on today. And it's interesting, too, because the atmosphere is reloading pretty quickly here. We've already got some showers breaking out across Texas. And this little low pressure area looks interesting. As a matter of fact, the Storm Prediction Center is watching it as well. We could actually see a new watch come out here. The tornado threat, though, at least at this point back in 3 years, seems to be minimal. This looks like a hail and wind and heavy rain issue we'll have to watch back in Louisiana. So the atmosphere reloading just as quick as we can kind of get this first batch out of here. Storms pushing through Sarasota and Bradenton tonight. Still some action, though. Believe it, even though we don't show it here, there's still a watch out. Again, over toward the East Coast, all the way down through Port St. Lucie, on into West Palm until 8 o'clock local time. So even though it's not there, you're probably seeing it on your local forecast as well, and we'll pass along the warnings that come along. Warm, moist air coming north towards Chicago. If it's not the fog and the cold temperatures, it's the showers and the thunderstorms now, and some of these are actually producing some hail. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Most of this below severe limits at the present time. But we are definitely keeping an eye on the Northeast. Some of the computer models have been consistent all week on at least 3 to 5 inches of rain over the nation's capital up into Philadelphia and across much of New Jersey, and even a couple of inches of rain back in the mountains where we still have a very waterlogged content of snow pack. We could have some big problems in there. So I'm very, very concerned about flooding in this area, and obviously we're going to be watching this for you as it unfolds. A lot of this right through the early part of the weekend. We'll have your coast-to-coast forecast coming up. Right now, let's head to the newsroom and see what's making headlines with Chris Warren.
And Jim, a series of strong aftershocks shook Chile today. The strongest was a magnitude 6.9. Even though there are no reports of major damage, it happened as a new president was sworn into office, and the building he was in was evacuated as a precaution. A snowboarder was killed in an avalanche in Summit County, Colorado. The 20-year-old was with 2 friends when the avalanche happened yesterday afternoon. It took more than 20 minutes for the other 2 men to get cell phone service to call for help. The victim was an employee at Breckenridge Ski Resort. And not 1, but 2 different airplanes have reported bird strikes in the last 24 hours. This one was in Rochester, New York. U.S. Airways flight was heading for Charlotte when the plane hit a bird shortly after takeoff. The pilot returned to Rochester safely. Everyone on board the plane is all right. But the flight was canceled so the plane could be repaired. And the other strike was last night when a Continental Airlines jet out of Newark hit a flock of geese. This accident also happened shortly after takeoff, and the pilot returned to Newark. No one was hurt in that one either. This flight was originally headed for Hong Kong. Now, Jim takes you coast to coast.
And it's kind of interesting, too, with the warmer air coming north. You kind of wonder if the birds are migrating north with that warm air. And no question, that's definitely an issue. We're taking you coast to coast. Powerful storm, rain, wind, and snow, not only here in Portland, Seattle, but also up to Vancouver. Not too far away, of course, it was the Winter Olympics, and still fresh in my mind, I'll tell you that right now. Los Angeles 72, stay nice and protected. Beautiful weather if you're out there enjoying your favorite baseball team in the Cactus League, that's for sure. Warm, moist air coming north, hopefully washing out a little bit of this air quality issue we've had, especially across Milwaukee. Let's take you to Chicago right now, and you can see what's going on up there. As a matter of fact, it is rather cloudy, but at least at the present time, it is dry. All right, 56 degrees, so mild, and we have had some storms across north central Illinois that have actually produced a little bit of small hail. All right, 62 in Atlanta, more showers and thunderstorms just for your start of the weekend. Look at that, 70 though. Not a cold air mass behind this front. 51 in Philly, 46 though, cold degrees in Boston. Chris?
Jim, of course, we're just getting started here on Weather Center. Here's what else is ahead.
One night after severe weather in Arkansas, we'll take you back to the area for the latest on the damage.
And tonight's threat rises as the sun goes down. Straight ahead, we'll show you why the South needs to be on storm alert from the time you head to bed right through Friday.
All right, a couple minutes ago, you tried to stump the storm tracker. Now the storm tracker is going to focus.
Me? Focus?
The storm
Are you
tracker
out of your mind?
focus.
I'm going to try and focus. That's a way to stump me. All right, let's talk about this. We're going to pick up where we left off. This is the wind, if you will, through Saturday. It's going to go all the way up the East Coast, obviously winding down. But let's show you the liquid side of this. This is a model generation trying to mimic the atmosphere with the precipitation accumulation through Saturday at 8 p.m. And anything there, Chris, in yellow is over 3 inches. Anything in orange is 5 inches. Anything in the red there is almost 6 inches of rain. So that is a lot of water in a topographically challenged area.
Wow, and a lot of snow on the ground as well. Spring storms came to life this week, and the severe threat is not over. Next, Dr. Greg Forbes puts the spotlight on the stormy weather.
All right, guys, active weather right now firing up across Louisiana, Ohio, and also into the Northeast. Here comes that rain, Washington. We'll be right back.